Number 1. The female bodybuilder whose bodybuilding drug habit left her with male bits and facial hair. For many people, including Hollywood actors and bodybuilders, anabolic steroids have become a regular part of life. However, the side effects can be severe, causing disturbing bodily transformations. This is the case with barmaid Candace Armstrong, 28, from Walthamstow in London, whose steroid abuse has effectively turned her into a man. Once a slender, pretty blonde, Candace is now a hulking brunette with muscles and body hair that sprouts from her back, chest, and upper lip. Along with the excess body hair and acne, her breasts have also suffered and now hang lifelessly from her hugely overdeveloped pectoral muscles. Candace had no intention of becoming so masculine when she began taking the drug. However, she thinks that it is too late for her to stop. Number 2. The professional wrestler who killed his family due to the effects of steroids. Christopher Michael Benet was a Canadian professional wrestler who is described by the World Wrestling Entertainment (WWE) as a favorite among WWE fans for his unbelievable athleticism and wrestling ability. He was a 2-time world champion. Number 3. The Brazilian man whose arm exploded due to synthol injections. According to the Brazilian sources, this man from Maceió, Brazil, whose arms were 90 centimeters due to synthol abuse, suffered an open arm muscle rupture after a motorcycle accident. The man died in the hospital on January 25, 2010. Number 4. The American professional bodybuilder who suffers from gynecomastia, woman tits. Ronnie Dean Coleman, 49, is an American professional bodybuilder who holds 8 straight wins as Mr. Olympia. Alongside his Mr. Olympia titles, Coleman holds the record for the most wins as an IFBB professional with 26. Number 5. The German bodybuilder who became more susceptible to have the famous big gut. Markus Röhrl, 41, is a German professional bodybuilder. Röhrl began training at the age of 18 following a doctor's recommendation after sustaining a knee injury while playing soccer. At 120 pounds, Röhrl began training hard 6 days a week until deciding to compete on a professional level. Number 6. The Australian bodybuilder who died after a lifetime of steroid abuse. Andre Munzer, an Austrian professional bodybuilder who is renowned for his extremely low body fat level. Munzer was an admirer of the fellow Australian bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger, whom he had attempted to imitate. While competing, he used a variety of bodybuilding drugs, such as anabolic steroids, diuretics, growth hormone, and insulin, including large amounts of potassium-sparing diuretics to get the job done in the most effective manner possible. However, as it is often the case, if you pay the price, you must accept the consequences. So it was with Andreas. After several days of enduring intense stomach pains, following his final contest, the 1996 San Jose Invitational, Andreas was finally admitted to a hospital in March 1996. Doctors decided to operate to stop bleeding from his stomach, but shortly afterwards, his liver and then his kidneys failed. His condition by this point was too severe for a blood transfusion. He had died on the morning of March 14, 1996, at the age of 31. The bodybuilder who got an abscess in his arm. Gregg Valentino has earned worldwide fame and become an internet sensation for having the biggest biceps in the world and disproportionate body size due to an excessive steroid use. As shown on TLC, one of Valentino's arms had become infected after getting hit with a broken bat at a Little League game he was coaching. Rather than going to the hospital to get the infection removed, like any sane person, Valentino decided to perform the operation himself while filming it. After cutting his arm numerous times to remove the blood and pus in his arms, Valentino had to be rushed to the hospital. Afterwards, Valentino let the taped surgery become public knowledge. Number 8. The Canadian writer who deliberately experimented with steroids to write his next novel. Craig Davidson, a Canadian novelist, transformed himself into a hard-as-nails hunk by injecting illegal steroids. Unfortunately, the side effects of this steroid cycle began to appear. 3 days into the cycle, his nipples were the size of milk bottle tops and stretched smooth as the skin of a balloon. The skin had formed into swollen pouches that looked like pendulous or malformed breasts. One morning, he noticed that he was losing hair. The hair on his head, arms, legs, and even his testicles was falling out. A couple of days later, his testicles were shrunken, and in a few days' time, they had shrunk to half of their normal size. Number 9. The ferrets pumped up with steroids to look like dogs. La Salada, Argentina's largest bazaar, is a collection of small and informal workers, distributors, and entrepreneurs, some of whom are lucky enough to sell ferrets as dogs for $150 US. Number 10. Steroid use in super cows, myth or reality? Super cow, or Belgian Blue, is a breed of beef cattle from Belgium that is best known for its sculpted, heavily muscled appearance known as double muscling. The double muscling phenotype is a heritable condition which results in increased number of muscle fibers. Rather than the normal enlargement of the individual muscle fibers, these unique animals, which appear to be pumped up on steroids, actually acquired double muscling through years of genetic selection. Using natural selection, they are able to artificially inseminate cows with scientifically selected sperm from the strongest bulls. So, each generation of new cow becomes bigger and stronger with double muscle mass for leaner and better beef.